In December 2016, my parents, my 3 younger brothers, and I moved into a house with my grandparents. The previous few years were quite difficult for my grandparents. They lost their house to bankruptcy, and my pop-up's health was declining rapidly. My pop-up was fighting lung cancer and prostate cancer that had spread to his bones. He also had several other health issues that were a result of these cancers. Once my family realized how much it would take to care for my pop-up, my parents decided to move my grandparents in with us, so that the pressure of caring for my pop-up was not completely on my mama. It was a scary but important decision to make. Moving my grandparents in with us meant that my whole family would be making a sacrifice. My dad's income was the only one we relied on, so he worked as much as he could. My mom was without a job at the time, and stopped looking for a job to be my pop-up's full-time caretaker. My brothers and I gave up extracurricular activities to make sure that we were home as much as possible for my pop-up. During this time, my whole family lost a lot of friends, so we clung to each other. I'm so thankful for that now, because my family and I are very close. I'm also thankful for that season of my life. I got to learn a lot about my pop-up that I never knew before. My pop-up was a veteran of the Vietnam War. He served in the Army for 20 years. I remember him telling my brothers and me a story about his father, who had served in World War II. My great-grandfather had fought a samurai and killed him with the soldier's own sword. My pop-up was given this very sword, but ended up selling the sword at a pawn shop. I remember my family nearly crying from laughing so hard when we heard that he had sold the sword. My pop-up always had stories like that one to tell us. My favorite memory of my pop-up is from my childhood. For Christmas, my parents had gotten me my very first guitar, a little pink thing with white flowers on it. Even though I did not know how to play it, I acted like I did, and would sit in my room for hours, strumming the strings and writing songs. I used that guitar to write my very first song. The song consisted of the same note, the only one I knew how to play, strummed over and over again, and the words had something to do with sunshine. I don't quite remember the lyrics now, but I do remember that they reminded my pop-up of a song by Tim McGraw, The Last Dollar, Fly Away. That song was our song for the remaining years until his passing. Watching my pop-up's health get worse was the hardest thing I ever had to experience. Over the last 2 years of his life, he had multiple near-death incidents. He was in and out of the hospital, and while on certain medications, he would have hallucinations of things that would give me nightmares. My bedroom was directly above his, so I always heard his coughing and mumbling as I attempted to fall asleep each night. My parents always told my pop-up to yell for help if he ever needed anything in the middle of the night. There were many times when he would holler for my parents, but more often than not, my parents would check on him, and he would act like he would never called them. I remember when he passed away, for many nights afterward, I would lay in bed waiting for him to call for help just one more time. On January 7th, 2019, my pop-up passed away. I was at school that day. When I was called into the office, I saw my parents waiting for my brothers. I immediately knew why they were here. My parents told us that my pop-up passed away a couple of hours after the first. They said he went peacefully. After having a conversation with him, my mom had walked out of the room to open the door for one of his nurses that visited each week. And when they went back in, he was gone. Even though life was not easy during this time, I don't regret it. I am beyond thankful for the time I had with my pop-up before he passed away. As a family, we spent the last 2 years of his life crossing things off his bucket list. The biggest thing we did was take a road trip. We got to visit his hometown, where he showed us where he grew up. What I remember most about this trip was the awareness of my pop-up. He looked so awake, so alive. His eyes would get big whenever he saw something that reminded him of his childhood, and his face would light up. I miss my pop-up so much. I miss his laugh, his jokes, his singing. I even miss his voice in high school. It took me a while to get over his passing. He passed during my midterm exams, so I was forced to get over it sooner than later. Now, I'm thankful for that though, because it forced me to see the silver lining. I can remember all the memories I made with my pop-up during the last 2 years of his life. He's in a better place now, spending time with Jesus and dancing down the halls of heaven. I can't wait until the day that I get to dance with him. Until then,